Hey guys, today we're back with another gun review. And today on the channel, we'll be doing the full review on the brand new 2022 Colt Python 3-inch. Stay tuned for this one. Alright guys, we're back. Once again today we're going to be doing a full review on the 2022 3-inch Colt Python 357 Magnum. So we went into depth a little bit more on what all it comes with from factory and the box and all that in the unboxing review. You can check that out if you haven't seen it yet. But since there really is nothing much more to say about the box, we'll go ahead and review the firearm overall. So as a quick disclaimer, I actually purchased this gun through an online dealer, and I actually paid a lot of money for it. A lot more than I should have, to be dead honest with you. I purchased this gun for, let's just say, over 25, but under 3K, somewhere in between that point. That being said, I'm not really going to be shooting this gun for the review, just to try and keep it in as pristine as condition as I can. Once I receive a Python at MSRP, which is $1,500, I will be actually doing a shooting review on it then. But as you all have seen with my 6-inch review, you pretty much know what to expect with that. What we're going to be covering more in this review is the quality of the new 3-inch variant now that the Colt 2020 Python has been out now for approximately 2 years, and what all is going on with this gun, if anything at all. So let's go ahead and jump into it. We'll talk about it first. We have the 3-inch barrel, as you can see here, Python 357, then 357 Magnum underneath it, 3-inch barrel, 1 rib, and that is pretty much normally what was on the originals. You can see here in the crane, you have 1 marking here on the top and an L here on the bottom. They started adding that L once I returned my gun the first time, and whenever I got it back the second time, they actually had the L on it, showing that it had, I guess, the updates with the mainspring housing and all that, just for a little quick history. Here on the top, no serrations at all, but it is a matte type of finish, so should not have any glare at all. Here on the back, you have the spur. Still not as nice of a spur as the normal Pythons, or the older Pythons, but it's the same spur that we have come to know with the 2020s. The easiest way I can explain this gun is that it is pretty much a 2020 Python 4.25 or 6-inch variant frame, but it just has the 3-inch barrel screwed onto it. From what I can tell overall, there has been no other modifications to this gun at all besides the 3-inch variant barrel that was attached to it. So we'll go ahead and look at the grips. Seems to me that the grips are a tad bit more higher quality than they was with the 2020s. Maybe possibly CZ with their quality control stepped in to try and get some of the better ones to go on these. Maybe, I'm not for certain, but to me, the grips on this one feel a little bit better in the hand. Not saying it's any bit different, which I understand the grips come from Altamont, a very good grip company, but I feel like they might have stepped in with their QC as well, because I can really tell a difference in between this grip and the one that come with my 6-inch 2020 Python from factory, just by looks and how the grip and feels on it. Let me know if you all have seen any of that as well, but that's one thing to talk about. I feel like the grips are a tad bit better. As you can see here on the front, there is no milling or anything on the end of the barrel. As you know, with the original 2020s, they had a little bit of that problem, but right here, what this video more of anything is going to show is that I believe personally that the QC department has stepped in very heavily, and that this gun is pretty much as good as it's going to be getting. So that being said, do another quick look at the gun overall on this side. Let's go ahead and switch to the other side. One quick thing as well, this sight here in front is their standard sight that they've had on the 2020 Python, to where all you have to do is take a Allen wrench, screw it out, and screw in either of the other sides. I think one of them is a fiber optic, and the other one being a type of gold dot, I believe, or brass dot. Here on the side, you can see Everything is the same. Colt manufacturing, Hartford, Connecticut, USA. You have your QR code down here and the serial number for the Python. As you can see here in the light a little bit as I move it around, you can see a few black spots here and there. That's just oil. That's nothing going on with the gun. I didn't want to remove the oil from it just to show you all how you all will more than likely receive it from factory. And trigger's the same. Like I said, this gun really is pretty much exact same from the factory as it was with any of the others. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at everything else. So the Python itself, whenever it comes to actually cocking the gun, very smooth overall. Letdown's very smooth as well. Double action with letdown is good as well. Gun break's very crisp. I believe, to be honest with you all, that the new Pythons actually have a better double action, if you can believe that, than the older ones. The place where I still have a little bit of problems, though, is with the single action being a tad bit too heavy for my liking. You have a little bit of creep here, and it snaps. I believe, if I do recall correctly, I believe it was about around a 5-pound single action, 4.5 to 5-pound single action on my first Python and second and third 2020 Python that I did receive in the 6-inch barrel. So, like I said, the single action still has a lot to desire, but it isn't that bad. But I still think it could have been better for this price point. The crane here is very smooth coming in and out. It doesn't nick or touch or anything at all. You can see here, you can hear it click in, and just everything revolving, everything feels very smooth and like it's been polished. I haven't taken the grips off either. I don't plan on it at this time as well, but to me, whenever just pulling back the hammer, I feel no knurls or anything in the frame, so I think that was taken care of as well. So overall though, guys, I really have enjoyed this 3-inch Python. Coming into it, I was not really happy with the grip choice. I thought that they was going to be more of a panel type of grip, as you can remember with the older 3-inch Pythons. I think them was the best looking ones to me personally, but now since I actually have one physically in my hand, whenever I grip it, I have pretty much larger hands on average than most normal people, and this fits in my hand perfectly. To you, it might be a little bit bigger, but to me, it feels pretty good. Also, as well, this gun is balanced very well in my hands, balanced a lot better than my 6-inch as well. I think with the Anaconda that I reviewed with a 6-inch barrel, that it was balanced almost perfectly. Maybe a 5-inch would have done a tad bit better, but at the same time, the 6-inch felt really good in the Anaconda. In the Python, the 6-inch, it feels a little bit front heavy. But in this one right here, everything feels balanced very well, and I do like it a lot. As well, the pointability of this gun, whenever you actually take it to aim, it's right on the mark as well. So that being said, I think they actually done a good job with the grips after getting it in my hand. Like I said, I wasn't too happy with them at first, but I do like them now, especially for actually if you're going to shoot this gun and not put it up as a safe queen. If you do put some of the panels on it, you're going to lose some of that controllability of the firearm, but at the same time, it would look a tad bit better and be a little bit easier to conceal carry if this is something you'd be interested in concealed carrying. But guys, like I said, I think that Colt's QC has stepped in pretty heavily, and I think that this gun is about as good as you're going to be getting with the new 2020 line of Pythons. I give it 100% on pretty much everything from my own views. I think, like I said, everything's been straightened out and you will have nothing to worry about. Do another quick close-up on the firearm itself. Just the 3-inch variant is one that was always very collectible back in the day. It was pretty much the most expensive Pythons ever released, ranging from anywhere between $7,000 to $10,000 in collector's value. I think that these right here will go on Gunbroker for a while for a very high price. I've seen some people, now I actually made a video about it a few days ago about some of them already being posted, but now I think the highest bid on one right now is like $28, $25. So they're going very, very close to $3,000, and we'll see in the next coming days if they actually hit that $3,000 mark or if they stay under $3,000. It will be interesting to find out, and from what I can tell with Colt, this is going to be a full production gun. They haven't released, to my knowledge yet, how many have been released currently. I heard somewhere around 2,000, but I've not really seen anything with that. The only other thing that I can actually say that I wish they'd done a tad bit different is a serial number. As you can see here, the serial number is nothing different or whatever. With my 2020, it was PY001283, and they started at the 1,000 round mark, so that means that my original 6-inch Python was the 284th Python made. I like that about it, and I wish they'd have said, you know, instead of like a PY235742, I wish they'd have done maybe PY3, meaning Python 3-inch, and then 001002 and on up to see, you know, kind of how low of a serial number you have or whatever else, because I know in collector's value that can mean a lot to people, especially low serial numbers. But here they just kind of kept on with the serial number from where they are. I haven't really been taking that close of note on the serial numbers and dating and everything now. Kind of lost track after they went past 1,000, and somewhere or another they added another 1,000 to it, and then pretty much up to the 10,000s, and now to the 100,000, which I don't think that many of these has been produced. Like I said, I'm really not sure, to be honest with you, how far that has went now. But overall, guys, I'm very, very happy with the 3-inch Python. As soon as I can find one at or around MSRP to actually keep, I will be for sure keeping one. Especially just I just love the look of this gun in itself. But to me, it's not a 25 or $2,000-3,000. Like I said, I'm not going to say how much I paid for it, but I just needed to get one to review for you all. But I think that if this is something that you're interested in, I give it 100% approval. I think that Colt has finally gotten these straightened out, and I think that you will be 100% happy with your purchase. But guys, like I said, appreciate y'all viewing, and like and subscribe for more gun reviews. I'll see y'all in the next video.